Old Mrs. Ellis did not have a tap in her house, but she had water. It came from a well in her garden. That water was so good. It was the best water in all the world. All the people around liked her water and wanted to have a sip. "Can we have some?" they said. Mrs. Ellis said, "Yes, but just a sip." So the people came back for more and more. But then the sun came out and baked the land dry. One by one, all the wells began to dry out too. In the end, there was only one well left with water in it. Can you guess which well that was? Yes, you were right. It was Mrs. Ellis's well. All the people came to ask Mrs. Ellis for water, but not just a sip. They wanted more. Mrs. Ellis began to worry. "The people will take all my water, then I will have no water left," she said. "Go away, this is my water. There is not a drop for you." They were very sad and thirsty too, but they just had to go away with no water to drink. There was too much water in the well for just one little old lady. The well began to fill to the top. Then the water began to spill over and flood Mrs. Ellis's garden. She would not give away any water. "Not a drop for you," she said. Then the water came into her kitchen and flooded the floor. She still would not give away any water. "Not a drop for you," she said. And she went up the stairs to her bedroom. Then the water came up the stairs and into her bedroom. She still would not give away any water. "Not a drop for you," she said, and she went up the steps into her loft. Do you know what came next? Yes, up the steps came the water, and up Mrs. Ellis's legs too. Now Mrs. Ellis wanted to give away her water, but there were no people to give it to. Up came the water, and down went Mrs. Ellis to the very bottom of that great pool, or mere, as we say around here. That is how the mere got its name. It was Mrs. Ellis's mere, but that is a long name to say, so the people made it short. They said, "That is Ellie's mere," and then, "That is Ellesmere," and that is what we call it today. So the story must be true.